going on, everybody? Just getting started up here. Let me see here. See if we can send Eric a request. What's going on, everyone? How's everybody doing? There we go. We got Eric in here. Eric, you may need to send me or send a request to join this. I don't know if it'll let me send one. Got Metal Dad Audio. What's up, Jason?
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? What's going on?
It worked.
Hell yeah.
It's about to storm like crazy here.
Dude, we were just driving through a hell of a storm on the way back.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of rain this year all over, it looks like.
Hell yeah. What's going on, dude? How's your weekend going?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Just took the dogs to the water's actually flowing in the wash by the house, so I took the dogs over there to run around, which we don't really get water around here very much, so it's kind of nice. Right. So took advantage of it.
Fuck yeah. I just got done playing the dad role. Took my oldest to a birthday party. So
there you go.
All that fun stuff.
Sounds cool.
Hell yeah. Oh, there we go. Well, shit, man. Let me
got some people in here. Hi guys, how you doing?
All right. So anybody who doesn't know, which I don't know how you want it, this is Mr. Eric Wagner, shred and riff master for Gatecreeper, and all around sweetheart.
You betcha.
But all right, man, sick. Let's get right to it. You got any gear on hand that you're able to show us, or?
Well, I'm down in Tucson.
Yeah.
And most of stuff up in Phoenix at our practice space. But
yeah,
I can talk about the stuff I got, and I got my pedal board here and my guitar.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, we can take it down to the pedal board if you want.
Oh yeah.
Turn the light on.
Oh. He accidentally closed out. Awesome. See if we can get him back in here. When did Gatecreeper replace the other guitarist?
Hey, bud, I'm here. Sorry,
shit happens.
I'm working on it.
Somebody asked about the other Gatecreeper guitarist. Eric's always been in the band.
Yeah, I've been here day one pretty much.
About
our new guy or Nate?
I'm sure they're talking about Nate leaving.
Yeah, he just wanted to focus on Spirit Adrift, and we were getting conflicting tour offers between the two bands, and we kind of had to make the decision to part ways.
Yeah.
And then eventually we figured, Chase was also in Spirit Adrift, and
right.
We had to make a choice, one or the other, because it just wasn't possible. And I think everyone's happier for it because everyone can focus on one thing instead of having to be spread so thin. So
right.
Yeah, so it works out. But I think everyone's doing good. We're all able to play. But we have Israel Garza now from the band Judiciary, and now he's in Gatecreeper, and we love having.
I didn't know that's who that was.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. We've known them for a long time, and we've known Israel and those boys for a while. And we did the Two Earth Exhumed, and they were on it, Necrot, and Israel is just awesome. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
asked him to play, and it's worked out. And he's been in the band almost 2 years now, and he's never played a show because of COVID. But that
Oh,
all
God, yeah.
so yeah. So I'm excited to finally play like an actual show. We did a live stream with him, and he has a lot of good energy, and he's a real good shredder. So, and he's
Right.
a little bit younger than all of us, so he's kind of pushing us a little bit and getting us out of our comfort zone. So it's nice, it's fun. We're trying to keep up with them, and it's good.
Hell yeah.
So
Awesome,
yeah,
man. Dude,
hell yeah,
I love judiciary. I don't know why. I just did not know that's who that was. That's cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're great, man. So heavy,
Yeah.
great band, really tight. Good songwriters, good kids. They're from Lubbock. I like Lubbock, and most of us are from Tucson, and I feel like they're kind of similar cities, and we kind of just get along. So it works out.
So, yeah, I've never had the pleasure, but I used to always, I don't know, West Virginia weather is so like swampy,
Oh yeah,
and I don't know, the seasons are so bipolar here. Like,
yeah.
go from one extreme to the other. And I hate the winter. So
Oh,
I would just always joke that I was like, screw this, I'm moving to Arizona.
oh yeah, you should. It's pretty nice. We've had more rain this year than it's probably raining right now. Yeah, it is. It started. We've had more rain this year than I've seen since I was a little kid. So
Damn.
pretty cool. It's wild. So it's fun. We're all enjoying.
All right. Let's attempt number 2 with that pedal board.
Okay.
All
See if I can flip it without exiting.
right.
Here we go. This is my actual pedal board I use when we play live. It's all dirty, but I got my Lone Wolf Audio, the Dark Cowboy Gatecreeper pedal here.
Sick.
Just got this thing. As people, if anyone's been up on it, everyone knows they just came out. It's freaking awesome. There's a couple different variations of it. I got one of the ones I painted. I just kind of This is my practice model. I tried to do some camo on the side, but
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a painter. But it kind of looks like a bass boat. But I got that. I like this Polytune tuner a lot, and I got that going into my Century Gate TC Electronics, which I don't really use a gate very much. I just have it on there as a backup. I usually use a volume pedal, and I have the volume pedal at the end of everything, and that way I can just turn it off, and there's no tone loss or anything.
Yeah.
And I got this. This does work real nice though, the Century, and I have it. The send and return. I have my distortion pedal into it. Send and return actually works pretty good. Then in my effects loop, I have this Michael Klein Lonely Ghost, and it's a boost, reverb, and delay, and it's awesome. You got the boost up here. It works real well too, which is awesome. And he made me this hunting orange special one. I'm working on new with him too. Another kind of thing with him that's going to come out eventually that I'm stoked on. But that's really great for solos and leads. And then, like I said at the end here, I got the just this little volume pedal, and I like it because I can shut everything off.
Right.
When I got these disaster areas, they're just through inputs, so it's just so I don't have to be. This is for my into the amp, and then this is my effects loop, the center return. I just have those so I don't have to keep plugging in and out of the actual pedals, and so they don't break on tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just like you can just leave it. You don't have to touch it. I'm gonna remove this cat from the room. So yeah, it works out. It's a pretty simple setup. Nothing too crazy.
Right. You were I think you were the first guy. It was between you or Zach Carter from Outer Heaven were the first guys I saw rocking Michael Klein stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is that? And started, digging around. And then I ended up talking to him.
Oh, cool.
Now he's one of the homies, and he's hooked me up a bunch.
He's a great.
Hmm?
He's a great guy.
Oh, absolutely. Dude's a sweetheart. He says, "Hey," by the way.
Oh, that's yeah, he's great. I'm working on a pedal with him that I'm excited for because I love the Lonely Ghost, but I kind of want two different. I want to be able to have two different boost, reverb, and delay tones for solos, and then one for leads. Because we have a lot of leads, so I want something real extreme for solos, and so we're working on something where I can do that all in one pedal. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited.
Kind of like a dual
Yeah,
flip switch or something.
exactly. It'll pretty much just be a dual, but it's going to be cool. I think it'll be awesome. It won't take up too much space, and you get double the fun with it.
Nice.
So it'll be pretty cool.
Somebody asked if you've been offered any endorsements. I thought you had a couple, right?
Yeah. So I've been endorsed by ESP forever. And then I tried out Jackson for a minute, and then I went back to ESP. I just love the ESP.
Yeah.
I recently got this E2 M2, which I love. The urban camo one.
Oh yeah.
Really cool. And like it's a matte finish. And like the neck feels great. I love it. And I was playing just the LTD stuff forever, a little bit more affordable. But now that I'm endorsed, I was able to get one of the E2s, and the difference is crazy. I just love how it sounds, and yeah, I really like ESP a lot. I think it's great. It's everything I need. They really like can go through a lot on tour, which is nice. Like they're not, and they're like the M2 body or the M1000 body.
Mm-hmm.
It's not huge. So like your case isn't giant. You don't have a giant,
Right.
So yeah, I really like ESP a lot. It's perfect for us. And then they come with the EMG 81, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Also has the Floyd Rose in there, and the E2s have the Floyd Rose original. Like on the LTDs, I would upgrade to the original.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the specials or the stand.
What's stock on them?
It comes with the what is it? It's a special, right? I think it's just the special.
Okay.
So the Floyd Rhodes, so it's like the cheaper version.
Right.
But the E2 comes with the original, and the original is like so much better. Because I think the special ones are painted, and so where the block is, where the string goes in, is a chip, and then there's nothing to hold the string in anymore because it's all pressure. There's like a divot.
Yeah, yeah.
But with the originals, it doesn't do that. So I like that a lot.
Hell yeah. What's that new Floyd Rose replacement or whatever bridge that everyone's going on about?
Is it the
huh?
What was that?
Brandon Ellis posted it, and now like it seems like I'm seeing them pop up everywhere. It's a really funny name.
Is it FU?
Say it one more time.
The FU tone?
Oh, no, not them. But I do see a ton of people with their stuff too. But it's honestly, I think the name is like HANTUG, like Hantug or something. I know. It's
Sounds cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not familiar.
But it's yeah, Brandon Ellis showed it on one of his new custom Kellys.
Oh, cool.
And it's like it's a whole different brand. No, it's not Schaller or nothing.
Yeah.
But I guess their thing is it's all titanium, like every component.
Okay.
And it has replaceable knife edges.
Okay.
Which is like honestly pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if anybody that's worked on a Floyd Rose or tried swapping them out, if something happens with the knife edge, you're kind of out of the bridge.
Oh, I think I did see it, and it screws into the back, and there's an Allen wrench.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he has you can move all the springs at once with the Allen wrench, so you're not moving too. Yeah. I was seeing him doing that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there. I get pretty. I don't know if it's stubborn, but I'll just use the same stuff forever, man.
Like I'm broke.
No, exactly. So I'm like, I mean, I've been using the same guitars forever. I finally started buying some new stuff, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need to invest. Like, I still use the same orange cab I had when I was like 15. I bought one. I bought one used a long time ago, and I still play the same one. And I finally just bought a new one, so I'm excited for that. But,
Hell
but yeah,
yeah.
playing the same stuff over and over.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, you got that new angle though.
No, I know exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm buying myself some stuff.
All
I'm,
right, right.
that's an awesome head. I was able to jam it a couple weeks ago up in Phoenix, real good, and Israel flew out and we recorded something. We just announced it today. We're going to be we made a video for some of our doomier sounding songs,
Okay.
and he flew out and we did that, and I was able to play with it. That's awesome. Love that head.
Hell yeah. Is there like a preferred channel or setting? I know that thing has like a million different.
It has more than I need, and honestly, I probably could have gone off with the Fireball because it just has the clean and the but after going through it, they all are awesome. Like the crunch channel sounds great. The crunch channel on it's awesome, but I
Mhm.
really like the like there's the two lead channels. Either
Yeah.
of those are great, but I end up putting the gain like almost all the way down.
Okay.
And I use the 5150. I'd pump the gain a little bit.
Hmm.
It sounded good. I like the gain with the Lone Wolf pedal,
Hmm.
but on the Powerball, I could pretty much if it's at like one, but it sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds real good, and it has so many options on it. All the different buttons for bottom and all that crap, and it sounds great. Yeah,
Thing looks like a console of a plane or something.
yeah, it's some like Star Trek shit or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. It's different. I'm not used to all that stuff. Like I like Marshalls or the 5150, where it's just kind of
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. But it's been fun. I think it's good to try some new stuff.
I uh I I'm kind of guilty of the same thing. Um, my main amp has been like a two-channel dual rec forever, and
That's
I I've always had like a second amp kicking around, and it's always the second amp that I end up like trading out or selling, getting something else, and
yeah,
everything gets compared to the Mesa, and I really need to quit doing that, but I can't help it.
yeah. I mean, you just like what you like.
Yeah, it's like what was the last one? I think it was the Laney Ironheart, the
Oh,
120,
that's cool.
and I was like, yeah, this is cool. It's not as cool as the Mesa though, so it's got to go.
Well, the longer you use something, the more it becomes a part of your sound, and then like I'll write with a head, and then it's kind of like that's a part of the song. So if it sounds different, it's
Yeah.
weird. But I'm lucky I stumbled upon the Lone Wolf stuff pretty early on, and I don't I like all those pedals are great, and so that's developed with it. So really, I'm pairing the head now to the pedal. So it's kind of backwards a little bit. I'm kind of like, which head works the best at this pedal?
Right. I mean that's kind of y'all's thing though, is the whole HM2 voice, the
No,
chainsaw thing.
exactly, exactly. That's
But
what.
like the first time I saw you guys, I didn't know who you were going into the show.
Okay,
Which I kind of did it on purpose just because I always like for at least one band to be a surprise for me.
that's awesome.
And you know, uh not just to like blow smoke or nothing, but honestly, it was the best set of the night. Um,
It happens. That happens sometimes.
and and Nails was the headliner, um, and arguably both bands have the same tone, which just basing around the HM2.
Yeah,
But dude, you guys sounded so different from each other at the same time. You guys were louder, more defined. It had just way fuller sound. It's crazy.
I don't know what it is because I know we were using pretty similar setups. I'm pretty sure they were using a Lone Wolf. At least Leon was. I think he may have been using a Lone Wolf. Maybe that was later on, though. I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
About his stuff. But I honestly think the orange cab makes a difference.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it has more balls to it. I think it does. I think it has more low end, and it's just something about it. It's a fuller tone, and that's why I like it. Like I like a Marshall or a Mesa cab too, but something about I've come accustomed to using the orange cab, and it just has like enough punch, enough low end punch for me. And we kind of also at the same time we developed our sound playing on the ground at like people's houses.
Yeah.
So, like for the first year or two or more, we were playing on the ground. So I had like my we were just getting the loudest shit you could have. So like I had my Marshall Super Bass in 1981.
Mm-hmm.
Hook up, we'd do full stacks, and so I had orange full stack, and so we were just like trying to be as loud as possible, so it would be you could get the heaviness across even in someone's living room, you know. And so I think we had a lot of having those years of doing that helped me hone in what I really like. So it's like you're making your tone for off the stage, but then eventually you kind of can translate it on the stage. And I think it's just heavier. And like you said, we were louder. It's probably just because it doesn't feel normal to play stage volume, you know?
Right.
Like we'll
I totally get that.
Yeah. Like we'll go to Europe, and in Germany, sometimes they want you, the amps are pointed towards the crowd. They want you to point them towards the walls. And I'm like, that's not a thing. Like, I don't want to do that. They're like, oh, no one would ever have you point the amps out. I'm like, have you ever seen an AC/DC video or anything? Have you ever seen anything? Like, and like, it's too loud. It's just so funny. And so I'm like, just the struggle. So I just like being loud. I like being loud on stage. And, halfway through this, in Germany, halfway through the set, we'll all look at each other and turn our stuff up all the way. Piss them off.
Awesome.
Good times.
It's and I've talked about it with several people. I don't know how people can do the stage volume thing, or the no stage volume.
Oh yeah, like quiet
and going direct and stuff.
I hate it. Like we're gonna play some fests next year, and like we haven't done the big fests yet, and where you're like 100 feet apart, and I'm sure it's got to be weird. It's like you probably can't hear anything. It's all quiet. Maybe it's loud. I don't know what to expect, but I hate that. I hate it. It's like you're faking it. I want to feel it, Like I wear earplugs, but I barely push them in. It's like enough. So, and I know Chase doesn't wear earplugs because he just doesn't like it. So we're all going deaf, but I guess it's worth it because we have better shows. So
I think it's like especially important for a front man though to kind of feed off of a crowd and the energy going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I was talking to somebody. I think it was maybe Tom. Talking about like in-ears and how I've even heard of like singers having just one of their in-ear monitors in, so they can kind of get the mix, but still kind of feed off the crowd too. But
yeah, I mean, you be able to hear, and some of the I know it's good for you, and sometimes for certain people, like for a drummer, like having earplugs might actually make it clearer. You can actually tell what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But like all I need is the snare drum. Like when we have monitors, I'm like, just give me the snare drum and the kick, and then give me a little bit of the other guitar player if you want. I don't even need it. Mostly just the kick and the drums,
All right.
But we play pretty loud on stage, so it don't matter anyway.
Yeah. I've played with in-ears a couple of times. It's kind of weird. And what I was doing was it was mostly improv. So like I kind of had to have like a decent little bit of mix of everything. And
yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. It just felt like I was at home practicing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I get it. It's just when it's not loud, it's like what's going on?
Yeah.
It's like when you're filming like a music video.
Yeah.
And it's like You have to duct tape your drum set or something, and you're like, you're not actually playing. Like, I don't know. This is funny. It feels corny. You know what I mean? Like, I'd just rather be playing.
I'm laughing because somebody in the chat, it was my friend Josh, mentioned that you looked like David Harbour.
Oh, okay.
You know who that is?
I don't. Which one's David? Who's David Harbour?
Did you watch Stranger Things?
Oh, I do. Okay, so
The
is
sheriff.
that on our Netflix account? That my profile's that guy's picture,
Nice.
and look like I do. I look exactly like that guy. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It's all right. When I had Sammy on here, he had his glasses, and our same friend here, Josh, said that we looked like Julian and Bubbles.
That's really funny.
He's on. His name's Josh. He's on every one of these streams. He just loves to troll us. It's
That's
awesome.
great. Keep it up.
He's a good dude.
That's awesome.
Let me see here. Also, real quick, I was looking back at my little list here to kind of keep us somewhat on the rails.
Whatever.
I remembered the volume pedal thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Josh Elmore from Cattle Decap does the exact same thing.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And even during a song, like when they're doing like their like dead stops in the middle of a song,
yep,
he's just working the volume pedal.
That's what we do.
That's
what we. All right. So when we started the band, I'd never used a gate before. I didn't even really know what it did, and I was literally like, okay, so we got that song "Craving Flesh" off of Snore and Deprivation, and then it goes dun 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 dun. There's that riff, and there's a stop. And I was like, how do I get it to not make noise? And I had no idea to use a gate. I don't know. So I was like, I guess a volume pedal. And then we did it, and it works real well because it's 100%. It works. Yeah. It works perfectly, and you get good at it. Like Israel, our new guitar player, he had to now he got it. He has it down now using the volume pedal. It's just a part of it. But that's awesome that they do that too. It just makes sense to me. And like even the Century, like it's a great gate. It works, but it adds some sizzle to my tone. Like it does. It could just be something wrong with it, but it's not like doesn't go through perfectly. And then also if you do dive bonds and stuff, you got to turn it off because it'll screw with the sustain.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I'll just use the volume pedal. It's not that hard. And at this point, I can hit it in pitch black and no. So.
Have you tried both Joe from Lone Wolf and Michael Klein? They both make really, really awesome noise gates.
They do. I know. I'm waiting to get the the Endless Blockade from Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I want him to. He's gonna send me one pretty soon here because I was like, I just tried the gate, and now at this point I don't even try it anymore. I just have it just in case my volume pedal goes out. I can just pop the set. But yeah, I really want to try those. I've heard they're really great.
The Endless Blockades are cool. I've got Michael's ball gag noise gate.
Oh, cool.
And Joe gave me shit for it.
Okay. Does.
I've got 3 pedals from each of them. I love both those dudes. They're awesome.
Great people.
But yeah, I got the ball gag, and I also have the Outer Heaven Fuzz from Joe.
Oh, cool.
And dude, that thing, it sounds killer. Like if you like bands like Ilsa or More Kimmel or anything like that, it nails that. Like
that's
that like a really nasty pissed off Big Muff or something like that.
Yeah.
But the only downside, if this don't bother you, then that's cool. But it drives me crazy is that it's like feedback central.
Oh yeah.
And it's not really much you can do about it. Well, that gate actually does take care of it.
Oh, okay. So it actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That was part of the reason I liked the volume pedal originally too, is because you you had to pump up the gate so high to get it to work. But that was also before I was even like, I got to put it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to put it before the distortion. I just had it, and then it's like I don't know. I guess learning, you just have to learn over time what works. But like that Powerball has a gate in the head, which is really cool. So you can turn like the like ambient noise from the head off, essentially.
That's cool.
So I like that. So it's kind of like having two. So it's like it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Is it can you like assign the gate to specific channels or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think it's just all over. But I don't. I was reading into it. I don't think you can. I think it's just straight. But it's pretty much just for that the noise from the head, which there really isn't that much anyway, which is cool.
Yeah.
But you just turn it on this a little bit, and it'll just shut it off and make it real quiet.
Nice. So, kind of from the, like you said, you found like the Lone Wolf stuff and like the Left Hand Wrath and all that stuff pretty early on with Gatecreeper.
Oh yeah.
What kind of made you want to go that route with the band's tone and like kind of make that your thing? Was it just you happened to stumble across it after like kind of got privy to the HM2 and all that, and you just happened to find a particular builder that you liked and you're like, that's it? Or
so it's kind of funny. So we recorded with my good buddy Ryan Bram at Homewrecker Studios in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice studio. Ryan's great. And when we were first doing the EP, we wanted to do an HM2 sound. And we're like, what do you want to use to record? This is our first time really recording like professionally, kind of. Like his studio was way better than like the punk kind of stuff we were doing before, recording in our rooms and shit.
Right.
And he was like, I just got this Lone Wolf Audio pedal. And he had one of the very first ones that Joe had made. And he was like, let's try it. And we did, and it was like awesome. And we ended up using it on the EP recording. And then I immediately wrote Joe, who I'd never met, and I was like, hey, I really like this. Can I buy 2 of them from you? And he was like, hell yeah. And I got him. I got the 11th one, the 11th, the Left Hand Wrath, one of the Left Hand Wraths. I had to get the 11th one he made, which is cool. And then from there, we just kept using it because it sounded great. That was pretty much it. It was pretty much we were doing HM2, and then we recorded that EP before we had even played a show or anything. We didn't even have to think about live yet. It was like conceptual. Like we wanted to have the HM2 sound. What do we do? And Ryan was like, I got this pedal. Huh. And we did that, and then from there, I fell in love with it, and I've been using it since. I have like 11 or 12 of them. I have so many. I have like a whole case on tour that's just full of them in case one breaks or something.
Wow. So, and you said that was going into recording the EP. What year was that?
I must have been 2013. What's up, Ed?
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Dylan? Yeah.
So what made you what kind of triggered wanting to do the HM tone?
So I drove up to Phoenix to meet. So I was in a band with our drummer, and we were just messing around. We didn't really do anything. We were just kind of screwing around. And he had met Chase at a show, and was like, we want to do a band, and they kind of were just talking, and then they kind of had some influences that they wanted to do, and it was kind of like an Entomb type thing, Dismember type thing, like what our EP sounds like, pretty much. Like they were like, on paper, like this is what we want to do, and then they asked me, and I got involved, and I drove up to Phoenix to meet Chase from Tucson. It's like 110 miles, and I drove up there. Went to Chase's house, met him, shook his hand, and I brought a computer and I showed him some of the songs I had, and they were like way more complex than the stuff we write. Like it was like more like Dying Fetus kind of death metal. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was stuff I was writing. And you know, Chase, who we call Coach, we call Chase the coach because he has all the vision. He knows how to push us where we want to figure out all that shit. So he's like, I want to, you know, we started talking. He's like, I kind of want to do this. Here's some influences that I like. And I was like, cool, I love that stuff. Let's do it. And he had some stuff. We kind of like wrote stuff, and him and Matt jammed and they wrote stuff, and it just turned into that. And he was like, since we're doing this stuff, why don't we try to recreate some of that tone, you know, the HM2 tone. And then, you know, after we had all the stuff ready, what our intention was to have everything ready before anyone even heard us. So we're gonna when we drop our record, we're not gonna drop a demo. We're gonna drop like a high quality sounding recording with the art. We're gonna get it, you know, we're gonna have like a t-shirt, we're gonna have everything. So that's what we did. We dropped it. And then we started playing shows from there. And so then we had to replicate the sound that we got in the studio because that was part of it. It just kind of took off from there.
Damn. Very, a lot more like methodical than I guess what I was originally thought.
We're very theoretical. Like it's like we're not in the space just all jamming together. Like because there's some distance between us. Like, you know, Chase and I generally write most of the stuff, or if all of it. And like, you know, we're sending each other stuff over the computer.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm driving up there and we're jamming for a couple hours, or vice versa. So there's a thought that goes into the stuff. It's not just this. It's not us just jamming in a room all together. And so I think that allows for some more, you know, like we have to figure out in our heads what we want to sound like, you know, which is cool. Has its pros and cons.
Damn, absolutely. In a way, it kind of gives you a little bit more, you can kind of take a step back maybe when you're like sitting there writing by yourself versus, you know, when you're in the jam spot or when you're in the jam space, you're on the spot, like, like right then and there, and you're just kind of writing off of the moment as opposed to being able to sit back and kind of think on a little bit or try different things out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's the great thing is that like I can spend time writing at home and then I'll send it off to Chase and he'll listen to it and he has ideas and then he'll like add some stuff to it. Then it takes time to write the stuff and like it'll come together over time and we can, you know, stuff out, add stuff. And then also we have a good system going with me and Chase where like we can just be honest with each other. There's no real ego in it. And that sometimes that can be an issue too when you're all in the room together. Like everyone's fighting about
yeah.
You know. But we're finding ways to incorporate like more teamwork on it, you know. Like Matt has really cool ideas for drum stuff and he'll come in and be like, why don't we do this and this? And so we're you know, it's evolving, but there's like a base to how we do things.
Right.
We kind of stick to.
It your all's writing process / kind of like launch into the foray, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of how Kyle Rasmussen, I guess that's how you say his name, how he described like Vitriol and like their whole process and launching, like when they were, you know, he said he wanted them to kind of hit the ground running sort of thing. So that's a really cool approach. It's different than what you hear like 90% of the time.
Something that we just like it's fine, but like something that we just like I'm like don't do that is the like announcement of an announcement. So like we don't really do that. Like we're not
big things coming.
We have an announcement coming up in a week, and that's fine. But like it's just like just drop the ding. Like, oh, here's the cover for this thing coming out next week. Like you don't need to announce that you're gonna have an announcement.
Yeah.
And I feel like it makes the stuff better because it's like you're just getting it ready, and when people see it, it's the finished thing.
Right.
You know, it's like sorry guys, we don't have any recordings yet, but here's like a 10-second clip of us jamming in the space, and I'm like, that's cool, but also like just get the dang recordings done and, and drop them, But with Vitriol, they came out of nowhere for me, and now they're like doing stuff.
Right.
Like, when I first heard them, it was like I was seeing like video or whatever they had, and I think because you're being exposed to like this like final product, and it just has more of like impact. I don't know, just more value to it to me, like it's more of like a complete thing instead of just being like a chunk of something.
Right.
So yeah, we stick to that for sure.
I mean, it's a cool formula. Like you said, just kind of catching people off guard. Just hit them straight up with it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, and then also there's like this, like we don't want to be a local band, and there's nothing wrong with local bands, but we had that conversation. We're like, I don't want to be a local band. Like we're getting older. I want to tour. I want to be out there doing the thing. I was like, let's just act like we're an established band. Like what would we be doing if we were an established band? And that's kind of what we tried to do. And that kind of goes along with saying it's just, make sure the thing you're presenting to people is as good as it can be. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. Real quick, somebody asked a while ago, what are your preferred settings on your signature pedal? Do you just dime everything still? Like
it's designed to be dime.
Gotcha.
I mean, so yeah, it is. They move, of course, but yeah, I just have it like everything to 11.
Oh my God, it actually does go to 11. That's awesome.
It's one louder. It's one more than 10. Yeah, so I just dime it out, and even on the left-hand Wrath, like I have it's up in Phoenix. I don't have it down here with me. Everything was dimed, except I had the presence at 7 or 6, because the presence is what's gonna kind of kill the feedback a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I was always just going all the way, and then on the head. Like on the 5150, I just had everything at 6. It's real easy. I don't know. Like we're playing death metal. It's just figure out what works and get to it. So
classic 666 settings.
I mean, we still do the dang thing where I'm on stage, we're sound checking, and Chase, after he's done doing his thing, jumps down and stands in front of the amps, and he's like, he'll tell me like, for this room, like put up the treble or something, and we'll, so we tweak stuff even on tour,
Right.
Gotta figure it out.
You got to.
Yeah.
But some people bring out different amp heads for different venues,
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I usually stick to one, but it's more of just we got to get on stage quick. Generally, when we're opening for someone or we're on a big tour, it's like you got to be quick. You don't have all the world, but
I would say that's one of those more like luxury kind of things. Only like the big bands with the roadies and shit and techs can get by with.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I dream of using like 2 full stacks with like 2 head AB switch or whatever, and that'd be awesome. I would think that'd be fun. It would break your back moving it all every night, but it would be pretty fun though.
Dude, honestly, I think Cannibal has probably just the sickest back line. With the rectifier, like full stack cabs, like with the diamond plate on the sides and all that shit.
Well, then when we toured with them, it was with Pat. Pat O'Brien was playing. And he had some old Marshalls.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He had 2 Marshalls, and they were in one of those road cases where they're each in like the slot.
Yeah.
And above it, he had the square, and he had 3 or 4 unmarked distortion pedals. He wouldn't tell me what they were, and they were there. And then there was a flashlight above it, pointing down. Everything was going through, and it was badass. He had like this whole space station back there, and he had like 5 like 3 guitar cases with all his Jacksons and stuff.
Nice.
So sick. But then Rob Barrett, he uses the rectifiers.
Okay.
And I played Cadillac one night through it in Boston. It was insane. They use like this string. They play like drop G.
Yeah.
Something, dude. I felt like playing like big rubber bands, and I was how do you play that those riffs on this? It's like insane. It was like felt so different. You know, they're shredding it. They're killing it every night. You just figure out your thing and you do it.
Right. I'm trying to think. I think I've seen him twice with Pat and once with Eric.
Okay.
Which, man, it was as much as I love Pat. He's probably one of my favorites, but it was pretty cool getting to see him with Eric.
Oh yeah, Rutan's a great dude, and Pat's a great dude too. I love Pat O'Brien. I think he is such a cool guitar player. Everything from the way he looks, like he just is a serial killer, to like to the way he acts. He's pretty intense, and also just the way he shreds. Like you could tell it's a Pat O'Brien solo, and like fucking they just rule. But Eric is sick too, and he has his own style. Like on their new record, he did those solos, and it's like you can tell he's bringing his own, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is awesome.
I just had my little pick 10. I had one of Pat's guitar picks. It was funny as hell. I bought him and Josh Elmore a beer, and we were all just kind of hanging around. He bought us some shots of Crown Apple or whatever. And this one real nervous looking kid came up talking to Pat. He's like, you had a good set. And he's like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
He's like, man, Pat O'Brien, I don't even know what to say to you. I can say anything. Tell me to go fuck myself. Tell me I suck. It's like, he's like, I got one of your picks. Oh, cool, man. And he turns to me, hey, you want one? And gave me one out of his pocket.
They're all just like normal dudes, which is awesome. And like Pat was great. We were just talking. He'd be like, we were in some venue in like North or South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some Pete's or something, and like Big Pete's, and it's like a yeah, big Peters or something. Yeah, it's like some Western kind of place, and there's like pictures of like cowboys all over and stuff. And he's like, come look at this one. And he's like,
hell yeah.
He's like, that's badass. Or we're like, what? He's like, what do you call this? I'm like, it's a jackalope. It's a jackrabbit with antlers. And he's like, that's really cool. He's awesome. Great. Or he'd come back he'd be like, guys, like he'd be walking around like a giant like machete, and he'd be like, guys, I bought this today. I found it at this store. Like, isn't this sick? And he just goes and like puts it in his bunk on his bed, and it's just like, that's so sick, Pat. I love the machete. He's a good guy.
I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, he's getting shit happens.
Yeah. All right.
I hope he's doing good too. I love him. He's a good guy.
Hang on a second. We got a couple questions here for you too. One, what tuning are you guys in? Somebody's asking drop B, right?
We are. I'm gonna get some strings out. Yeah, we're doing. We've always been drop B, which I like. I feel like it's right in the middle where it's not too loose, but it's still heavy. And then for strings, I really like these Ernie Ball Mammoth Slinkies. I got a case of them here.
Hell yeah.
So I use these.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's 62 to 12. So they're pretty thick. But then on the 24 is wound, but I use the solid. I buy extras, and I like the unwound
really?
string. Yeah. So it's just that Mammoth Slinky. And we've just been playing different like Ernie Ball strings, and I've started using thicker strings over time. I think I was just because we were doing our new stuff has more leads in it. I need more sustain, and I was just kind of trying to figure out how to get more sustain. And I think having thicker strings has helped a bit.
Oh yeah.
So
I actually got that same set on that
oh,
guitar back behind me.
oh yeah, yeah, they're cool. I like them. I was stoked when I saw it. I think I was at Guitar Center, and I saw them at the like checkout line, and I was like, I don't need String Club, but I'd like to get some of these Mammoth Slinkies. So
yeah. I've always used Ernie Ball, but I'm endorsed by SIT now, so I'm kind of slowly switching all my guitars over to SIT now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great companies out there. It's just preference,
right?
And like a lot of things for me, it's just by chance I happened to see these, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I'll try it, and I liked it. So now that's what I use. I know Israel plays something completely different. So his stuff, I don't think his strings are as thick, and like he's doing all sorts of stuff. So that's cool, and he can do whatever he wants.
Right. So, have you ordered anything from Chicago Music Exchange yet to get that cookie?
I have not been there in so long.
Yeah. I mean, with COVID and stuff, they might not be doing cookies right now. You never know. I
know, right? I know. I need the cookie.
I need a COVID cookie.
I've definitely had a lot of Sweetwater candy lately. I've been eating the little like sugar thing with the little sugar guys in there. I like those are pretty good. What is Dylan? Is Dylan down there from Full of Hell? Are you gonna talk some shit?
Oh.
Dude. He asked, what kind of monitor mix do you prefer on stage? I like the one when you guys are playing and I go up to the sound thing and start talking to you through it. I did that to them in Texas once. While they were playing, I was talking to them through their monitors. I like better. But like I said, I just like snare and bass in my monitor. It's good. It's a good thing.
What was that? What was that Chappelle Show skit? Was it like, where he was making fun of like the P. Diddy show or something? It was like, "There's no snare in my headphones."
Oh yeah, good. That whole show.
I miss it.
It's so good. I remember it came on Netflix and I was like, hell yeah, and then it just went off. I don't know if it's back on though.
It is. It's back on now.
I was like, it's gone already? It's like it's been like a week. So good.
Dude, it was messed up. They weren't paying him for having it on there the first time.
Well, then good for him for doing that. I mean, it's his stuff.
Yeah, so I guess he lawyered up. They pulled his specials and the Chappelle Show for a while, but now it's all back on there now. So
I'm gonna watch it.
Hell yeah!
Love the Charlie Murphy stuff.
It's classic.
The best, like the the Prince one. Assemble your crew. So
game blouses.
So good, so good.
Oh shit. I love. That's what I like about doing these is getting off on rabbit trails about the most random shit.
That's the best. That's what I'm here for. Just shooting the shit.
It's like we could just talk about the new album and tour plans or something, but wouldn't you rather talk about like Candy and Chappelle Show? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Dude, sweet candy. I love the candy.
Hell yeah.
I got to get a cookie though. I haven't had a cookie in a while.
Dude, for that Engel amp, you think they'd send you like one of those big like Halloween mixed bags of candy or something?
I didn't get any candy.
What?
I think they send it straight from Engel. That's why. Like it was like a third party thing. But I was like, I opened it. I was like, I didn't even care about the head. I was like, where are the little candy, the sweet things? And like, I couldn't find them. Like threw the head aside and was like looking for the candy. And like I couldn't find it, and I was like, God, yeah. I opened the head up, it wasn't inside. So
Yeah, I was about to joke, like open up the amp head and everything. You're taking it apart.
yeah, I couldn't find the candy. Maybe it's still in there. I'll find it all melted one day. But
Your Sweetwater rep calls up. Hey, saw that your Engel made to you. Wanted to know how you look, how you're enjoying it.
yeah,
Listen, bitch.
sorry, it's 4 a.m. there. I know you ordered the head yesterday and it hasn't shipped yet. But this is Ed. Do you mind waking up so we can talk for a minute?
Wow.
I love Sweetwater. Sweetwater's tight, but they freaking call me all the freaking time. Yeah, it's working fine, man. It's good. I'm good.
Well, that's good. How are the kids? What?
How do you ever think about you standing outside your window? Yeah, right. That'd be a horror movie. It'd be a good horror movie, like Cable Guy, but with the Sweetwater rep.
Oh my God.
This is Ed from Sweetwater. I'm in your house.
Then they have like the cliche horror scene where they're doing research at the local library, trying to figure out how to get rid of the Sweetwater amp.
Yeah. Looking it up.
Yeah, like you gotta put the amp back.
So, you kids want some candy?
Hell yeah.
That'd be a good video. Music.
Sign up for the Sweetwater card.
Yeah, the Guitar Center String Club.
Oh,
No one escapes String Club.
fuck Guitar Center.
Yeah, I hate it. I just go in there and I try on the Fender fedoras and take pictures to send to the guy. Taking pictures of the Fender's fedora.
Awesome.
Israel, our new guitar player, worked there for like a month, and we like got all sorts of shit, and then he quit.
That's killer. Dude, the
Don, the sales engineer.
yeah, there you go. Fucking Justin and Chris from Frozen Soul both work at Guitar Center.
Oh hell yeah!
I think Chris works up front and Justin works in the warehouse end.
It's insane. I feel for him.
Right. But oh God, I gotta get my bearings back here. Let me see where we at with this list. All right. We'll aim it back at you for a little bit here.
Okay.
Take us back to wee tiny baby lad Eric. Who got you started playing guitar? Like what made you go, all right, I gotta try this shit out?
So I
Chris
played.
Ledoux.
Oh yeah, I love Chris Ledoux. We freaking played. I played saxophone in elementary school. I played saxophone.
Killer.
Like first instrument. I hated it.
Yeah.
And I hated it. And our band class was at 6 a.m. before school. So I remember it being like dark out, and we were going there to play freaking like horns. And I was like, I hate this, but you can't quit. You have to keep doing it. And I hated that. But then eventually I started playing bass, and I got a bass, and I kind of lost interest. And then I played drums, lost interest. But I always loved music. I always loved playing music, and I loved all sorts of stuff back then, all sorts of music. But then I remember I was at my friend Ryan's house, and we had a little like $100 Squire and an amp, and it had distortion on it. And I had never played distortion before. And I remember I was watching MTV, and someone on there was being interviewed, and they showed you how to do a power chord. They're like, here's how you do a power chord. And I remember it like stuck in my head for some reason. I was like, I'm going to try it. And I was laying on my back. I remember exactly where I was. And I played a power chord, and it sounded like heavy, And I wasn't into like real heavy stuff yet. I was probably 11, but I remember it sounded like, it sounded like punk,
Yeah.
Like it sounded like cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit, I love this. And then from there, I got into guitar, and just started playing. And I loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. Love Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Like, I've always loved blues. My mom said when I was like a baby, she'd put blues on and I would like shut up, and I would just sit there for like a long time just listening to it. So I always loved blues. I love that a lot. I loved Metallica like a ton. Metallica was really cool. Like they really got me into playing guitar. Um, there's this other band too called Red Sparrows. If you ever heard them, it's not really metal. It's ambient. It's like an ambient post rock band, and
Okay.
they like it's all instrumental. It's
Mm-hmm.
really cool. It's really cool. But I went in Tucson. I went to the Rock, and there's this great venue in Tucson. If anyone knows it, they know the Rock. And I went to see Dillinger Escape Plan long ass time ago, and Red Sparrows was opening for them, and I saw them, and I'd never heard them before. And they had like a steel guitar and like a lap guitar or whatever, and like
Yeah.
they were playing it, and that band's so sick. Everyone should check them out.
Hmm.
But I remember seeing them, and I was like, "Holy shit, I love this!" And it's like this like real epic like instrumental music. And I kind of started a band. It was one of my first real bands. I was like, I'm gonna start playing that stuff, and we played a lot of that. And then I wanted to have a metal band, and we started a metal band. And I had so many different metal bands. My first real one was called Sparrows from Tucson.
Hmm.
Shout out to Ryan and Danny, and we started playing shows. But I don't know, for death metal, I got I know I'm kind of just rambling here, but
No, you're good.
um my sister got Gore Obsessed, the CD Gore Obsessed by Cannibal Corpse. Then she gave it to me in my stocking for Christmas when I was like real young. And like I had never even heard death metal before or anything. And like I was really young, and we got that, and I put it on, and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. I remember being like, I don't understand what this is at all. And I had heard Misfits and stuff. Like I liked the Misfits a lot. And so like I knew heavy music, like heavier music, but then it clicked, and I was like, this Cannibal Corpse stuff is like the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then do you remember LimeWire?
Of course.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm going on 30.
Okay, so I'm 33. So we're pretty cool. So
Yeah.
so LimeWire, and I found like Decapitated, like the first maybe the Negation, like stuff off the Negation, and like Nihility and Winds of Creation, and like Dying Fetus, like like freaking like Stop at Nothing, and like all those records. And like I just kept downloading music, and like that's kind of what got me starting to play death metal. And then you go Cannibal Corpse, like Dying Fetus and Goat Horror and all them. They're on like every tour back then. Like I remember we'd like ditch school to drive to Phoenix to go see Cannibal Corpse, and like there was so many different bands, and you just once you get into death metal, you start diving into it, and
Right.
especially when you're young like that, it becomes a part of you. But yeah, like the early days, like Slayer, freaking Metallica, Stevie Ray Vaughan, the Misfits. I remember my buddy bought that Plan 9 comp by the Misfits. It's like the yellow skull, and he was like real young, and he bought it just because it had a skull on it.
Right.
He listened to it, and we got like a Rage Against the Machine tape. We were listening to him on like a tape recorder, like the one. That's what we listened to it on. And like, we got into it doing that stuff. But a lot of different influences for me, for sure. Like my sister really liked ska and hardcore music and stuff when I was young, and so like she was taking me to shows when I was like real little. And I kind of got into that stuff. So I like hardcore music a lot, and just all sorts of shit.
There's more of a hardcore scene where I'm at than there is metal for sure. So
That's probably true most places.
probably.
I think so. Like Tucson for sure. Like the hardcore kids, like when you're younger, like they actually like are working to have like make like some kind of community kind of. But then you have the death metal kids, and they're not like, it's different. It's not as like accessible. It's more like you go to the show and like you don't really know anyone, and you all like death metal, but you don't really know anyone. But for some reason, when you go to a hardcore show when you're young, like you make more friends. I think.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a thing. Or maybe it's just a matter of accessibility, and maybe there just isn't as much.
I think it's a little bit of both. I could see that. Like Kurt Ballou, I'm a big Converge fan too.
Sure.
And I've watched interviews with him, and he's kind of talking about, they grew up with early MTV and saw all these, metal videos, Slayer and Morbid Angel and all this stuff. And, them being kids or whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff almost kind of seems like up on a pedestal or something.
Sure.
Especially if you're a young kid and you're just getting into music. You see these guys shredding and playing sometimes really technical stuff and playing big venues. They're basically rock stars at that point anyway.
Absolutely.
And then you got like the punk and hardcore scene, like out of New York and Boston, and it's way more accessible. It's like, well, I can pick that up a lot easier than I can pick up Slayer. And
and then you see like Morbid Angel, and you're like, are these guys like evil? Like they're not like, they're not like, they're human, but they don't feel human. You're like, holy shit, these guys are crazy. Like they're badass and they're playing insane. But then you see a hardcore band from New York, and you're like, oh, I see these guys at the Circle K all the time. Like that's the kind of guy in my life. You know what I mean? Like I've seen construction workers before. Like it's more accessible.
Yeah, it's more grounded too.
Sure,
that's another way to look at it too. But
absolutely.
And you mentioned Dying Fetus again. Before I forget, you said the earliest stuff that you wrote for what would become Gatecreeper was more along the lines of Dying Fetus.
Oh yeah, I was writing complex shit like that, real fast, super fast.
Do you still have any of those kicking around? And can we ever hear like maybe a little?
Probably. I have so much. I have like already for our next record, I've written like I think 32 songs.
Oh my god.
I'm writing like all the time, constantly writing. I have hundreds of songs. So like even before Gatecreeper, I was writing all the time. I don't know if that computer is like dead. It may be dead now and it may be gone, but I'm sure I have something there. Something that I always thought was funny is a lot of the Gatecreeper songs we have like crappy GarageBand demos because we have everything on GarageBand.
Right.
like we have these like crappy versions of the songs that are like on the records. Like I think it'd be funny to let people hear those one day for sure. Like on the EP, if you go look on the EP, every song is 120 BPM.
Okay.
Because we didn't know how to do anything. so every song's we were just writing to the like to whatever tempo was on there.
I've done the same thing.
And then the new GarageBand, the newer ones we had, like we're just like idiots. like the newer GarageBands have like you can change stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of dumb kids from Arizona like figuring it out. Like I'm like, what's a gate pedal? I don't know. I'll get a volume.
Right.
So I'm proud of that. We're just dumb metalheads. I love it.
I still enjoy the irony of Gatecreeper not using noise gates.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no gates.
It's awesome. Let me see. So what are some musical goals that you've got for yourself, both personally and then also within the context of the band?
For sure. For me, I really like to work on songwriting. And so like I can write riffs and stuff real well. And I've always been working on how my actual songwriting. And like Chase is really good at songwriting. He's good at writing riffs too. But like where he completes me and like he's really good. Like when I write, I'll just keep doing the same song structure. Like I can't break out of it. Like I keep like when I write, but then Chase is like, oh, this is sick. Like I'll kind of jumble it up a little bit and change some stuff and like make the structure cooler. It's like for me, I'm constantly working on like making figuring out, unlocking like structure stuff and like how parts flow. And I also really enjoy making catchy stuff. So that's always been a thing for me. I really like to look into how to make something catchy and like, why do I think that's catchy? Like I just love, all my favorite songs are catchy death metal songs. It's like I want to put that into our stuff. So yeah, really for me as like a player, I want to get better at my composition, like at putting riffs together into a coherent song that's cool. And also breaking out of my standard structures that I just like my gut just has me do, you know, like my ear way, and it turns out, you know, like the same. Like I have the intro and then the whatever, you know. And so I'm just always working on expanding that. For the band, I really enjoy like having the leads and stuff. Like I like having like some epic stuff in there. Like From the Ashes, that song.
Yeah.
Like kind of like I love that shit. And like that's kind of like something I've always liked a lot. Like even like the band Amon Amarth. Like that band is awesome, I think. They're cheesy. Like some of the stuff is like not up my alley, but like some of the songs are fucking sick. Like they really are. They're really sick. And like what I was talking about before, their song structures are great. Super.
Oh, yeah. Like
they repeat stuff like the perfectly, and it's like it's good. Like I want to hear the songs, and they're not super long too, which I love. But I just love that like kind of epicness, and I've been kind of putting that into some of the songs I've been writing, you know, like trying to add more layers and things and more leads and melody, and just make it more melodic but also still heavy, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, I hear it.
Yeah,
for sure. And From the Ashes was definitely the first one I thought of as you were kind of elaborating and explaining on that too. And I actually played that for a cousin of mine one time when we were just hanging out, drinking beers, playing each other new music. And I think it must have been around the time that video dropped or something. And he plays guitar, but he's not super into death metal. He's more about like Queens of the Stone Age and Baroness and proggy stuff. But you know, he's got a decent ear and appreciates everything. And he was even kind of picking out like the lead work on that song, like just the cool lead that just kind of sits there, and even commenting like where it sits in the mix, how it's like it was way more interesting. And,
sure.
And how it was used in the song was way more interesting than what he would have expected out of a typical death metal band.
It's a thing. And like I said, how when we started, we were like, we had to just talk about what we wanted to do a lot because like we were so far away from each other. And like, so we had all these discussions about like what we wanted to do. And one of the things we would talk about is like, I want our stuff to be catchy. Yeah. And it doesn't even have, I mean, even without me thinking about it, I'm going to try to write catchy stuff because that's just what I write. Like, I'm like if it's not catchy, I don't like it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands out there that their songs start one place and they go to another. Like they need to be, it's like these linear song structures where it's just like chaos, you know? And I like that. It's cool. But like Cannibal Corpse, they repeat stuff. Like there's parts that they repeat and they're catchy. And that's like the part like where you're like, fuck yes, you know? Like like Stripped, Raped, and Strangled. Like I want to sing that. And I know I'm not supposed to because I'll get for it, but I love that song. That is such a cool song, you know, like whatever. Like Suffocation, they even have stuff like Dying Fetus, obviously, like they have like parts that are like catchy to come back to it. Jungle Rot, like that's a perfect example. They have these like, it's almost like a rock and roll, almost pop song structure where it's like, you know, there's a verse and a chorus, and I like that. There's so many bands like the first 6 Feet Under record. That record is so sick. Haunted. It's like perfect. Like the songs are so catchy, and that's just what I like. That's what I like, and so that's what I end up writing. And I feel like because of that, people that don't really know death metal that well, they end up liking it more than maybe like Blood Incantation or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not that it's not good. It's just they don't understand the like intricate, some of that stuff's very intricate. They don't understand it. So when you're playing our stuff, there's probably more crossover to some of those other genres that they can like latch onto. That's, it's like when I heard Gore for the first time, when I heard Cannibal Corpse for the first time, I was like, I had no idea what was happening. My brain like couldn't even like figure out what the instruments were. But then after a while, I stuck with it because I was intrigued, and now I'm like, love it.
Right.
So that like meat and potatoes kind of songs, they're not too complicated. They don't have a ton of parts, and the parts they do have, I think, are quality parts. Like there's not a lot of like filler.
Yeah.
Try to get, if there's something that we're not driving on, we'll just get rid of it. And I think that's just a part of what we do, and I think it transfers over to that kind of stuff.
For sure. And I think that's a lot of that's true for a lot of people kind of getting into metal in general.
Sure.
I mean, I remember some of the first heavy bands I got into, stuff like Devil Driver and, like early Children of Bodom and stuff like that. Like something to kind of latch onto, like you say, that crosses over from other genres, something people can recognize.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm kind of reading the chat here too.
Yeah. Like I had a buddy that I met in school, and I took him, like he'd never listened to metal, and I took him to see Guar. Like back in the day Guar. And like he left because he was just like he didn't understand what metal was. He was getting sprayed with blood. This is insane. You know what I mean? Fucking crazy, Like he was like, I can't handle it. He wore like sandals. Like he was like, it just wasn't right, But like, so maybe that was a little too intense,
Man. My dad. Oh, you there?
My phone was dying.
What is it?
My phone was dying. I plugged it in.
Oh, cool. Saved it.
Did someone ask something down there?
Somebody getting some compliments here on the Sweltering Madness solo and stuff like that. Somebody did ask how you guys approach drum programming on demos.
Okay, so something about the Sweltering Madness thing, the solo. Chase and I collab on stuff, and that first win, Chase wrote that, and then I wrote the rest of the solo. Okay. And so we collab on stuff a lot. So it's kind of a fun fact about that solo. And then you're saying about drumming, how we do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big part of how I write. I feel like I can't write unless I have drums. Like, so of course we use them. I've always just done it through GarageBand because that's what I started on, and like everything else, if it works fine, I stick with it. I get, like for a long time it was kind of the same fills and stuff. But recently I got Easy. I linked it up to Easy Drummer. Have you heard of Easy Drummer? And it's like it's so cool because it sounds so much more real, because it is, I guess. Like it's way more real sounding, and like you can do way more with it. And so I really enjoy that. I feel like it's helped my songwriting a lot.
That's what I use.
Yeah, having more options. Like writing with the like classic GarageBand drums. Like you can do a lot with it, but you have to really work to put in the intricacies. And with the Easy Drummer, it's so much easier to make the stuff mix more.
Have you downloaded like any MIDI packs or anything like that for it?
I got the death metal one.
Yeah, I did too.
It has like the death metal drum set. It's like melting or whatever.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the newer one.
Yeah, I have like
Uh,
one.
uh,
It
I
sounds
think.
good.
Oh yeah. I think I got a pack, the Metal Machine pack,
Okay.
which I think is Andy Sneap. Uh,
Okay.
that drum, like those are his samples, but and it has some MIDI files that are done by I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a
But
bunch.
then I downloaded a MIDI pack later on. It was just called Death Metal MIDI, and I think it's actually yeah, it's Dave McGraw from Cattle Decap. It's a bunch of his
I
drums.
have that one.
Okay, cool.
So I have that, and I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Then it's the dude from Death too, right? I have one. It's the guy from Cal Decap and the dude from Death.
Uh,
I can't remember the name right now.
Sean Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's sick. It sounds really good. It just sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
like
I guess I got the MIDI, like the actual like drum parts. I just don't have the drum samples, like
okay,
the actual tones or anything.
yeah. Which actually cool having those samples. Like normally I would like just create my beat from scratch.
Yeah.
But now with that I can kind of be like, okay, I want like a fast beat, and I can just get one, and then I can like chop it up and make it my own. I feel like Easy Drummer allows me to um like move quicker through the drum programming, so that I'm spending
Oh
more
yeah.
spending like way more time actually writing and not just trying to get the drums ready. So it's like, yeah, it's good. I like that.
Hell yeah. So is there any gear that you're currently eyeing, like something that like I could really use that for the band?
Yeah,
Anything like that?
I'm excited to get one of Joe's gates. I think I would try that. The Playing the gate I have now through the Powerball, it works better than it does on the 5150 or my other amps.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, this is actually kind of cool. So for the first time I was kind of like, maybe a gate would be really cool. And so I'm really stoked to try, and for whatever reason it works with the Powerball really well. And so I'm excited to try one of Joe's um, gates. I also really just like the angle. It's my first time playing an angle. I didn't play one before I bought it. I've just always wanted one, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna like go all in and buy one, and hopefully it works, because if not, I'm gonna be broke for no reason. And
Right.
I bought it and I love it. I think it's great. I really enjoy it. I want to try a Fireball. I want to try the Savage. They have a bunch. They have a bunch of heads that I want to try. I think it's really cool.
Uh, just like you, all the Eagle looks so fucking. They all look so cool.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm sorry if I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but one of the guitar players from Skeletal Remains. I've talked to him on here a couple times.
Yep.
He uses the Fireball, I guess the newer Fireball,
Yep.
and
Yeah, they use all that. They use the Powerball and the Fireball.
do they? Okay,
Yeah,
sick.
they love those, and it's great. You don't need to like really do much to them, and they sound good. And if you want that clarity, like for me, I'm playing more and more leads,
Mm-hmm.
and like I need it to be clearer. Like I really do, and it's like it just sounds really good on the angle. It's just way more clear. Like the 5150 is awesome, love it, but it's a little more blown out. The angle is super precise and like just like punches, like just it really gets the point across. There's nothing extra on it. It's like exactly what I need, and I like it.
Right.
And like Skeletal Remains, like that style of playing is perfect for it. It's like a really good thrash head. Like it'd be
Yeah.
perfect for thrash. Like you could hear everything. You can hear every little chug. Triplet, all that. And so it's like it's perfect for that stuff.
I keep kind of going back and forth with myself whether I want to sell the Mesa to get one. It's like I know I'll love it, but at the same time, I'm terrified to lose this thing.
Yeah. See, I can't sell stuff. It's real hard for me. So like
Yeah.
I have all my heads still. Like I will just save until I can buy another one. I have so many heads just hanging around that I never use, but like for whatever reason I can't get rid of it. I'm just a hoarder when it comes to that. But I don't buy stuff very much, so I don't have like that many.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Try new things. Like trying the angle, I was like, God dang, I need to try what else could I be trying that would make us better,
Yeah.
Like I finally ordered new cabs from Orange. So I'm gonna be doing a full stack now in Israel too. And it's cool, we got all black. I got ordered all black ones. So
Oh,
even
nice.
black, like the straight 412s.
Yeah.
So that's gonna look pretty cool. They just got to the US. They shipped them on a boat from Europe. So, I'm hoping I can get them for the tour,
Right.
But I think you should keep your head. If that's like the one, if that's the special one to you, I think you should.
Yeah.
'Cause you probably won't probably just go back to it. Like one of these days I'll probably go back to the 5150 or the Mark.
Right.
Knowing me,
It doesn't really help that it's an old revision F that I got for $600.
Okay.
So good luck finding a deal like that ever again. Ever.
No.
So
I bought two 5150s last year, or maybe the year before. I don't know. Time doesn't make sense anymore, but for $400 each.
yeah, never again.
No, they're like grand now.
Yeah.
I bought a 1964 V4, an Ampeg V4, with the original tubes for $400. It's like $2-3 grand now.
Yeah.
I bought that super bass, a 1981 Marshall super bass for $1,100, and it's like those are so expensive now.
Wow.
Insane.
I looked for something used yesterday. I already forgot what it was, and I think I was just looking up Explorers. I was just trying to see
I love Explorers.
I was just looking up like on Reverb because you'll find like random 80s Japanese brands you never heard of before.
Yeah.
And like, oh, they made an Explorer.
So
like weird shit, like from I don't know, like Honer, however you say that. Like oh, that's weird.
it has so many weird guitars.
And it went from like $200-$300 to $700 real fast. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. And even that's probably cheap. Then you
Yeah.
see like stuff on there, it's like 10 grand. I'm like, why are you even showing me this? It's like I can't. I'm gonna pay 10 grand for a guitar.
Exactly. It's like there's just not a lot of options right now. I'm like, this
No.
is just a bad time to be buying stuff, I think.
Anything.
Maybe like new stuff if you can, like with Sweetwater where they got the financing and all that. Like
That's how I did the angle. I got the 36-month, baby. Yeah.
like once I pay this couch
What's up,
off.
dudes? Yeah. No, like my favorite guitars that I would want would be a 90s, one of those 90s ESP Explorers with like the hockey stick.
Mm-hmm.
Black with a Floyd Rose. Be so sick. That would be like,
Ooh.
if it had that would be so tight. And then the old Kerry King V, the one that's like black and red, like they're almost like red camo.
Yeah.
Like,
It looks like Primal Rage.
yeah, and it has Primal Rage, and it has the reverse hockey stick, I think, and it's so sick. That is like the coolest guitar ever. They have like there's like a white Kerry King. It's an actual Kerry King guitar on Reverb right now, but it's like $8 grand. It has like cross in the. It has like iron cross in the frets.
Is it an ESP?
I think so.
Okay.
It's really old. It's really cool.
Damn.
But I would love to have one of those.
Absolutely. I know I've shared that guitar on the page before too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Everyone loves the ESP Kerry Kings. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to make something similar.
Didn't they get sued?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure that's why. So they can have these, but they can't have a tremolo on it. And that's why all their views don't have a tremolo. I'm pretty sure because like the Explorers that they had, they got sued for those. And so that's what people, when you talk about them, people are like, oh, it's a pre-lawsuit Explorer. So that's why they have the new Explorer that's kind of like a different shape.
Yeah.
It's because they got sued by like Gibson.
The points, all the points are a little sharper, and the headstock is like, it's their headstock. And
Exactly.
And as far as the V one, what, like the tremolo thing, that must have just been within like more recently, because I know they've had some V's with like Floyd's and stuff on them.
But is it the one where one of them's smaller, the whatchamacallit version, not like a full V? They don't have like a full.
Oh, the offset V's.
Yeah, they have those.
I know. Well, it's been since. I mean, they don't offer anything right now, and they haven't for a few years, I don't believe.
Yes, Cleveland Scum, the Arrow.
The Arrow. Oh yeah, the Arrow's sick, but no, like they had like their regular V's with like Floyd's and stuff. It's been since 2010, I believe.
Okay, well maybe I'm just thinking about the Explorer, because I know for a fact that the Explorer, the original shape, they got sued for that.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, yeah.
And so I guess maybe I just thought that that's also what happened with the V's, because I would love to have a V now with a Floyd in it. I think that'd be sick.
Oh yeah. What was that one they had for a minute? It had like Iron Cross inlays on it. It was an LTD. It had Iron Cross inlays, and I don't remember if it was a Floyd or a Kaler.
I don't
know. Sammy Dewey had one for a minute. He was touring with Goatwhore with it, but it was an LTD.
Oh yeah, no, and his guitar is sick.
Oh yeah, his are awesome.
Star kind of one, the Ironbird-esque kind of thing, the like huge one.
Like the Star, like
those. That guitar is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that guitar. It looks cool on him too, because it's like it looks all huge on him.
Yeah.
That's the problem with me, is like I'm huge, so like guitars look tiny on me. Like they look tiny, so I need to find the perfect guitar. I want like a giant guitar one day, a giant Explorer. That'll just look.
I've had that problem with certain guitars. Like I borrowed a Telecaster for a gig one time, and I saw a picture of myself playing it, and I was like, oh my God, I look like I'm playing a ukulele. Like, what is that?
Anything I hold looks tiny. So I need, for whatever reason, the M1000 or the E2, like the M2 looks fine on me, and I feel good. I want to feel good playing it, but like I can't. Like I have to play a Floyd. Like I hate playing a fixed bridge. It's so different. It feels so different.
Yeah.
Certain things I need.
I've got one guitar with a floating trem on it. It's a cheap one, so I blocked it. But it is way more comfortable on the picking hand.
Sure.
And on the small guitars, like that's a Son of Beast, and the body is smaller than the standard Beast.
Yeah.
It didn't say it was a Son of Beast though on the listing. So when I got it, my heart sank a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm selling it now. I tried to make it work, but I was like, nah, it's not the same.
I've realized you can't make stuff work. I've realized it's like, if I don't like it, I'm like, I'll try it, and then I'm like, nah, it never works.
Like I threw a DiMarzio in it, and I got it all set up, and
cool. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a cool guitar, but not working for me.
It's like when I tried Jackson. And I was like, these are cool. It's really cool. But I realized I was just trying to have the ESP. Like, I just wanted the ESP. Like I switched out the Seymour Duncan in it I ended up switching it out for an EMG, and then eventually I was like, I'm just trying to make my ESP. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go back to ESP and just have my ESP. You know what you figure out what you like pretty quick, I think.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure.
I keep looking at my guitar. I guess I'm looking away from you. But
Hey, if I had that thing, I would just be like staring at it all the time too.
it's sick. I was like kind of rolling the dice on the camo. I was like, is it gonna look dumb as hell? But then I was like, I think if anyone can pull it out, I think I can pull it off. I was like, I like it a lot. I think it looks cool.
I think Jackson did a similar kind of camo on
Yep.
their more recent lines, and I sent it to my brother. I texted it to my brother. I'm like, dude, look how sick this thing is. And his comment, all he sent back was 5-finger death punch.
Exactly.
And I was like, God damn it.
No, like it's hard to pull it off because you're freaking gonna be Volbeat or something. 5-finger death punch, and it's like I got it and I was like, okay, this is good. I'm fine. I feel good with it. I feel like I'm not in 5 FDP.
Right.
I feel pretty good. It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
I want someone to just go full mossy oak camo guitar.
That's what I want. I think that would be sick. I want ESP to do a guitar for me that's like desert,
Mossy.
good desert camo. That would be
That's
sick.
cool.
That would be really cool. But yeah, like mossy oak would be tight. Or even just the M2 that has just regular like forest camo would look cool. Just those colors. Because they have that on like some custom guitars, like the dude from Suicide Silence, his V.
Yeah.
That's sick. And it's like it's camo. I think that's a cool guitar.
Absolutely. That is a sick guitar. He's a sick guitar player.
He really is. He's shredded.
People give them shit, or at least they used to back in the day. But yeah, he shreds.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I was trying to think back. I believe one of Norma Jean's old guitar players had it looked like a straight up mossy oak style camo on a Washburn Idol.
That's cool.
Like, and I'd have to go back and try to find a picture or something of it, but it had to be because he's like an old Georgia boy, so he's way into that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like it.
Hell
yeah. Yeah. I love camo stuff. What's the
camo shorts right now?
Right, I know. The dude from Vitriol, doesn't he makes freaking guitar straps too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to whatever that is. Those are cool. But he does the ones where it's camo. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It looks cool. It's almost like tape or something. I don't know what he uses. It looks really cool.
I guess it's all. I mean, they hand make all that shit, and I guess it's like, because I'm pretty sure they're vegan, so it's like no real leather or nothing.
Some pleather,
I guess, but Steel
cool.
Weather I think is the brand name.
Those are cool. I've been thinking about maybe rocking one of those.
Dude, you should have make you a camo one.
I'll get a gun. Yeah, no, it'd be sick. It'd be awesome. I think it'd be fun. I don't know. I like to be able to just like joke around a bit and just have fun.
Some kind of snake skin, like faux snake skin would be sick too.
I'd love some snake skin. I just got I made picks. I like to make stupid picks for each of the tours. I made some new ones that has my little skeleton guy on it.
Nice.
At Gravedigger.
Hell yeah.
And it says "Live, Laugh, Shred" on it. Just dumb. I like to do dumb stuff.
Is that in tune?
Yeah.
What size do you use?
What's up?
Which size and shape do you use?
It's like the sharp. I forget what it is exactly. Here, I got one right here. So I love these Tortex sharp 1.14s.
Mm-hmm.
This is like what I really like, and then I kind of tried to replicate it with the in tune ones.
Okay.
Let's say it's a 1.14. It's the sharp, just kind of like your standard. I kind of tried to do those like shark tooth ones recently, like this, like these boys.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool, but I always end up going back to what I usually play.
Got one too.
Yeah, those are cool. I like those. It was funny because I was watching. I think Crowbar opened for a Bath. Was that a tour?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird enough to where I could see that happening.
I went to go see Crowbar and a Bath was playing. I was like, hell yeah! And it was actually pretty cool. And first time in my life, and I wasn't even asking for the pick. I was just standing there, and his pick hit me, and I got it. And he had the shark tooth one. I was like, this thing's crazy. I was like, this thing's wild. And I went home and played with it, and I was like, it's pretty cool. And I ordered a pack, but I ended up going back. And then like Sonny from Incantation, or used to be an Incantation, he's not in there anymore. He uses like this cheese pick, and it looks like a piece of cheese. Yeah, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was pretty cool too. I just like Vortex ones a lot, and then the ones I got from Intune. Yeah, that one's cool. Oh, so sick! I love Nile.
I was on a big kick with the Sharps as well because of Carl and Sammy.
Yeah,
and played those for a while, but it's cool for real notey stuff.
Sure.
But if I was doing some kind of like, I don't know, more chord stuff or trem pick stuff,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe if I refined my technique a little bit more, it would have been better. But
sure.
I don't know. I ended up going with. I've been playing the Dunlop Flow picks for like almost 2 years now or some shit. But my whole WB gear artist discount or whatever. I'm trying to look at the Intune picks and see which ones are, might do it for me.
They're cool. It's pretty similar to the Tortex one that I like, so it works for sure. I like it. But they definitely have like whatever they're made of. They have like a very different tone. But it doesn't matter. You only notice it when your guitar's not on. You're kind of like if you're playing your guitar clean, like acoustic, without the amp, you're like, oh, it sounds so different. But then when you're playing live, it doesn't really like matter that much. I mean, I'm pushing the gain so hard anyway. But you feel it. Like the feeling is like slightly different. But I like either, so I'm fine to play either. Like I'll keep the Tortex and my pick in my pocket, and whichever one I pull out, that's what I'm playing.
Right.
But because I have so many of the Tortex left, that I'm like, I'm not going to just not use them. I'm going to keep using them.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's fun to throw picks out to people. I like making stupid ones too. So like that's a pick back in the day. I don't know. It's just fun. Just go on kid picks or whatever and make some stupid thing. have them printed. Shout out. Yeah.
All right. Are you still a hard advocate for Bang Energy, or have you moved on?
I've moved on. We are endorsed by Red Bull.
Really? Hell yeah.
We are a Red Bull band. I like Red Bull a lot. I love the sugar-free Monster, and I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I don't actually care about the Red Bull thing. I like the sugar-free Monster a lot. That's really good. Yeah, Monster's so good. Red Bull's really good. I really like the summertime like Red Bulls. Those are really good. There was a tour, the Contamination tour with freaking Dying Fetus and Genocide Pact.
Yeah.
We were drinking like many bangs a day. Like we were like bang heads. Like we just became addicted. And then at some point we got the like pre-workout powder.
Yeah.
And we were just straight up like eating it. And like we were like rubbing it on our gums. Like we were freaking like it was, and like we got into it because we thought it was funny. But then eventually we were riding the dragon and it was bad. And we were just like, Like I remember being in this dark, like we were in Edmonton, Alberta. We were in this dark like backstage area, and we're all just like drinking Bang. Like it was like we were doing like heroin. We were just like, ugh. Like, it was really bad. And then one day we were in Portland, and I had my Bang on stage with me, and I had it up on this like shelf next to where I was playing. Like there was like a maybe a monitor or something, and I had it up there, and it was right next to a fog machine, and the fog machine had been blowing into it, and it filled it up with fog, and I took a
Ugh.
big, and I just drank the fog, and it was like it was bad, and I was like, I can't drink Bang anymore. It just ruined it for me drinking the fog. I don't know.
Did you burp a fog?
I did. I was like, it was. I probably threw up a fog. Like it was just straight up like steaming like fog vomit. It was so gross because it was like it partially like liquefied, but then it was like in the Bang, and then it was also like it was like I vaped. I got like popcorn lung immediately. It was intense. Yeah, I haven't had a Bang in a while. I'm proud to say I've been Bang free for 3 years.
3. Oh my God. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Or however long, maybe been longer. I don't know. Time is meaningless now.
It really is.
We're playing our first show on the 26th in Albuquerque and then back, and that's when time will start again for me.
I'm already getting nervous, honestly.
Yeah,
Stuff's already like I was a buddy of mine does wrestling on the side, and
it's gonna go away.
oh yeah,
No, you're cool. I'm saying that wrestling's got to be a hard one with COVID.
yeah. Well, we I've taken my oldest son, and he loved it. We had such a fun time. I was like, okay, we'll just start. This will be our new thing.
Yeah,
And there was they scheduled one for the 28th of this month, and they just announced like the final flyer for it this week, and like an hour or two after they canceled it.
sucks.
Yeah, so it's a bummer. Now the only show that we've really like I bought tickets, we got a room booked and everything, is the Frozen Hole tour is coming through Lexington.
That's sick.
So and I've had 3 of the 4 bands on here as guests now, so I was really wanting to go and hang out.
Yeah, they're good. They're good people.
But I don't know. I'm just scared it's gonna get canceled now.
You never know. I hope it doesn't, but I want to at least play a couple shows before it does, if it does, because we haven't played any, and I'm like, other bands have gotten to play, and it's been so freaking long.
Right.
Like, I want to just at least play some. Like, please let me play a show. You know,
Yeah.
like we were like for the Decibel tour with Mayhem that got canceled that we were on. Like I flew to LA. We rented a van for that tour, and I got it in LA. Drove it to Phoenix. Our guitar player flew out from Texas, and we were like, we had like everything. We left, and we were like 20 minutes. We were about to like just leave pretty much, and like it got canceled. And like everyone had to fly home. I had to take the van back, and it was just like this is so obnoxious. And I get it, people, you need to keep people safe, but it's just like I just wish people would do more to take it seriously,
Yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like a lot of the people that were pissed off about the shutdowns are the people that are now causing the issue to keep going, It's just like just get the dang shot. Like we're all eating like KFC and Taco Bell all the time. You think the shot's gonna kill you? I don't know. And also, like, the government doesn't want to track you going to Walmart and Cracker Barrel and back home every day. You know what I mean? It's not like, like I don't think the government wants to know what I'm doing. And I have a cell phone too. We all have cell phones. Don't you think that's a better tracking device than the freaking vaccine or whatever?
And I don't know. I've picked and chosen who I actually like engage with about about the conversation.
Sure.
Some people, I just let them kind of spew some nonsense. I'm like, and I just kind of move on with my day.
Yeah.
But some people I'll actually engage with and try to, dispel some misinformation and stuff like that. Like, people want to, throw out, oh, they can't ask for it. That's a HIPAA violation. No, it
Sure.
isn't.
No, exactly. And
Yeah.
like,
It's like, has nothing to do with that.
like when you countries, you have to get a vaccine. Go to
Yeah.
Africa, get vaccines and stuff. Like it's just a thing.
My kid's elementary school wants vaccination records before any of this happened. I mean, this is a lot of the stuff that's going on is not new. It's been a long time since we've done some of it, but it's not new.
And I don't think you need to force people to do anything. And if someone doesn't want to get vaccinated, that's fine. But then, sorry, you don't get to go do all this stuff. Like if you don't get your driver's license, then you don't get to go drive around on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like it. Whatever. That's all craziness. I just it was real bad. So I hope everything goes through. I hope the tour goes through because we got like 42 dates booked in the next 2 months, and
oh wow,
I want to play to everyone. A lot of them are sold out already. I want people to be safe. And I think the people coming to the shows will have made the right decision and got vaccinated and done their duty. So I'm excited for it.
Sorry to keep yawning, man.
Right there, it's 6 o'clock here.
I worked last night. Got off work 7:30 this morning, and I haven't been to bed yet.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I know how that goes.
What it is.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, dude. I really do. I hope everything just keeps rolling the way it is. I hope at least enough people get vaccinated to where we don't need to be shutting everything down. All that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let me see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try to wrap this up the way I always try to wrap these up, and it hits you with the top 4 death metal bands.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've been thinking about it, and it's hard because I like so many. But I mean, Cannibal Corpse is up there. For me, it kind of comes down to albums. Kind of like there's certain bands like None So Vile by Cryptopsy.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite albums ever. They have a lot of albums I did not really into, but None So Vile, so good. So like that record is up there for me. The first 3 Decapitated records, Winds of Creation, Nihility, and Negation, I think those are perfect death metal records.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fucking awesome. Suffocation, everything from Human Waste to even some of the newer stuff, I think is awesome. Really good. Cannibal Corpse, of course. Gore Obsessed record is is in my heart real deep because it was one of the first death metal records I got into. But I love the Barn stuff, and I love Corpse Grinder. I like Corpse Grinder more because he's great. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, Annihilation of the Wicked by Nile. I think that record one of the best records ever. From the production to the songwriting, right? I mean, you could probably agree. It's so
absolutely
so good, so sick, such a sick record. Yeah, but Cannibal Corpse, Early Decapitated, None So Vile. That I think that's a perfect record. Yeah, that does it for me. Dying Fetus. So, Reign Supreme. That's a good record. And then all their other classic records are so good. I think Dying Fetus deserves to be in the top 4 for most people, for sure. They are such a good band. They are so sick. So good. Yep.
Those are all solid aspects.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just standard shit, but they're standards for a reason,
I haven't heard as many people throw out Cryptopsy, honestly. Or Decapitated. So it's cool. It's kind of cool to get the tech death in there a little bit.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to the fact that when I had LimeWire, that was the shit I was discovering back in the day, and so it has a special place for me. But for me, those first three Decapitated records are incredible. They're incredible. The Negation is an insane record. It's catchy. It's technical. They do the Pantera thing where the guitar solo and the freaking like stuff cuts out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool. And then live, they have a DVD called Humans Dust, I think.
I haven't watched it.
It's really sick. It's like before the accident, before the tech got, then the singer got his brain all messed up. So good. Check it out. Humans Dust. Humans Dust. Has like an S. It's really good. So cool.
Yeah.
But
hell yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I bet I could find it on YouTube or something.
You can. I watch it all the time. I love it. I'll just put it on while I eat lunch and just watch it. It's like perfect. They're so cool.
That's awesome.
Rest in peace to that lineup, because like they were incredible, man. And they started when they were like 14. Like Winds of Creation, the first record, they were like 15, 16 as far as I know. Yeah. And the dude from Vader like helped them. They're sick. That band's awesome.
I even still have Winds of Creation just on my phone. Like I'll mow the grass and work out to it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we were at the gym. I mean, freaking Dying Fetus, perfect band. None So Vile has those breakdown kind of parts. It's like that Graves of Our Fathers, the breakdown. I remember I saw them and he would do his drum solo. Right, Flo would do his drum solo right before, and then when he was done, they'd walk out and do. It was so good. So sick. Love that record.
Dying Fetus has some really good gym jams.
Oh well, they have it down. You know, they have the heavy parts with the craziness. Like if you're gonna have all that crazy sweeping stuff, you got to have a freaking heavy part, and they do.
That last record, I think, is probably my favorite since Reign Supreme.
Yeah, it's so sick. The one, Panic Amongst the Herd with like the hammer things. Like, shoom. So cool. That's
hell, even that, or what is it? Die with Integrity.
Yeah,
that's a great one. Like even like the beginning of that is like probably one of my favorite mosh riffs that they've ever written.
Yeah.
So good.
They are sick. Reign Supreme, like in the trenches, like holy shit, the breakdown on that. Subjected to a Beating, the first freaking riff, that is like a classic riff. That's one of the hardest things of all time. And then all their stuff going back. I mean, freaking Opiate for the Masses, such a classic riff. So cool. And their old shitty music videos where they're in like a construction site.
Yeah.
I remember Lamb of God had a video for like Off the Palace's Burn or whatever record, and they were like playing in front of like some Caterpillar like front loaders. I was just like, hell yeah. I was like, that's so sick. I want to get us to do a video at like a junkyard or something. Just at a site. We're just playing at the construction site with all our PPE on. It'd be my dream.
You know what? I think Municipal Waste has done that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now that I think about it. Oh, hell yeah.
Out to Tony, one of the best people I've ever met. All of them. So good. Such good. Yeah, I'm sure they did one like that too. I think it's just a standard. You got to do the junkyard. Or how does every Suffocation video is them in a warehouse. Like a loading dock of like a Lowe's.
Yeah.
They're in the back of the freaking Home Depot. Love it.
So good. It's it always it has to either be a warehouse, a dilapidated like shut-in building.
Yeah.
Like an old house. Maybe some kind of cave.
Oh, for sure. Or like cave, or it's like really weird, and it's like that the Nile video for Sarcophagus, where all yellow, and there's just a bunch of like white people dressed up in like spirit Halloween costumes. And is this supposed to be Egypt? I don't know. Like, but it's sick because that song has the coolest riff ever in it.
It does. That is the song that got me into Nile for sure.
So good. There's or some of those old obituary videos where they're just like in Florida. They're just like a field.
Yeah. What about the hey, what's up? It's Rob from Arachnid Cabinets.
Oh, cool. What's up, man?
His dude, his band Wormflesh. If you like Dying Fetus, you'll like them.
Oh, I'll check it out right after this. That's sick. Good to meet you.
Old school 90s death metal music videos, though, I think Morbid Angel has to take the cake for most awesome yet most hilarious. Like the God of Emptiness video.
Yeah, it's like a offshoot of like Stargate.
Yeah.
Or something. And it's like these like weird things, and he's all singing. He's like, "Bow to me." So good.
I mean, Beavis and Butthead ripped it apart, so I mean, it's gotta be good.
You gotta bring that back. They should bring. Imagine, wouldn't that be sick if they had Beavis and Butthead just the music video stuff just for death metal bands?
Right.
I think we should bring.
Did you watch Beavis? I know I said we were gonna wrap this up, but did you watch when Beavis and Butthead when they kind of brought it back there a few years back? Like, well, I guess it's been almost 10 years now.
I may have seen an episode. I don't know if I watched it, like all of it. I remember they were talking about bringing it back.
They and then made fun of Jersey Shore and stuff like that. They tried to make it a little bit more relevant.
Yeah.
But dude, honestly, it was hilarious. The one thing that really stuck with me, they had an episode where they were they didn't understand like what a Planned Parenthood clinic was.
Yeah.
Like the abortion clinic and stuff.
Yeah.
So they thought it just, I can't remember what they thought it was, but they just thought it was like girls would put out, like girls that had babies would obviously put out. So they went to the abortion clinic to try to pick up chicks.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that show is amazing. Like King of the Hill. Love King of the Hill.
Greatest show ever.
There's a new one called I Think You Should Leave Now. Have you seen that?
I've seen a couple of skits. Like I watched the prank show.
the chunky, right? Or is it the
where he's in the full costume? And
yeah.
He's like, so there's too much fucking shit on me.
Oh yeah, no, that one, yeah, and he's in the food court.
Yeah,
dude, there's one where there's like this couple goes on like a honeymoon, and then this like weird man sits next to him and starts crying. Have you seen that one? And he's like crying, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, 32 years ago, I was going to Hawaii, and you were a baby on this flight, and you cried the whole time." And he like dedicated his life to like ruining this guy's flights because he was a baby when the guy like ruined his flight. Is so good. So, or the one calicocutjeans.com, and the guy has the like pee stains because he didn't shake well enough after he pissed.
Yeah.
And they made like a website. It's so funny. Love that show.
I gotta just sit and watch the show. I've watched a couple clips on YouTube. Like the prank show one, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I watched one about like a hot dog car where he crashed it through a storefront.
I didn't see that.
It starts off with these people in a store, and they're like all freaking out, and like a hot dog car had crashed through the front of the store, and they were like, it was like, where's the driver? It's like, who's responsible for this? And then he just like chimes in, and he's dressed in a hot dog costume. He's like, it's like, yeah, whoever owned this vehicle, please.
So good.
It's like, listen, we're not mad. Just please, just step forward so we can just sort this out.
I feel like it wasn't him.
Yeah.
So there's one where like this guy's trying to get out of a parking lot, and the person in front of him just keeps stopping. And he's like, learn to drive. Don't you know how to drive? And the guy's like, I don't. And he's like at the wheel, like he can't figure out how to drive. He's like, doesn't know how. It's so funny. It's so good. I gotta watch that whole thing. It's so funny, man. You gotta watch it.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be my thing tonight. Is I'm just going to try to watch a few episodes of that or whatever. All right. Well, shit, man. Dude, I appreciate you coming on here. This has been a blast. I'll have to have you back on here sometime.
Yeah, it was fun, man. And you're coming to a show, huh?
What is it?
Going to be at one of our shows coming up?
Dude, I have to look at the...
I forgot if we were talking about it or not. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was someone else.
Maybe. Honestly, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I saw you guys were coming to Kentucky or something, weren't you?
We're coming to Ohio, so I don't know. Know. But down the road, we'll hang out in person.
Hell yeah, dude. Absolutely. It's pretty easy. Anywhere around Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, that's, like I said, all those places are pretty easy for us.
Cool. Sounds good.
But, hell yeah, man.
Cool, man.
Well, thanks for coming on here. Everybody, if you haven't checked out the new album, go do it. Well, the newest album, we'll say. There you go. An Unexpected Reality.
Yeah, check it out. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. Listen to me ramble on about stuff. But yeah, this is cool. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone, and hope we got all your questions.
Absolutely. Well, man, you take care. Enjoy your weekend.
Well, you too, brother. Appreciate you. See you, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Bye, buddy.